Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of human biases, and I'll be sharing with you some of the most common types of biases that affect our decision-making. Remember, understanding these biases can help us make better choices in our daily lives. Here are different types of human biases with descriptions. 1. Confirmation bias, the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs. Example, a person would read multiple articles, all with headlines that support his viewpoint, while ignoring other articles with opposing views. 2. Anchoring bias, the tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information encountered the anchor when making decisions. Example, a shopper would look at a sale price tag that shows a large discount from their original price, focusing more on the discount than the actual final price. 3. Availability heuristic, estimating the likelihood of events based on their availability in memory. If something comes to mind easily, we assume it's more common or likely. Example, a person would overly worry about airplane crashes after seeing frequent news reports, despite knowing statistically it's very rare for. Overconfidence bias, when someone's subjective confidence in their judgments is reliably greater than their objective accuracy. Example, a person would confidently give a presentation without having done proper research, leading to incorrect statements. 5. Hindsight bias, the tendency to believe, after an event has occurred, that one would have foreseen or predicted the event. Example, a person would say he knew it all along after seeing the results of a game or a decision that just happened. 6. Self-serving bias, the tendency to attribute positive outcomes to internal factors and negative outcomes to external factors. A student would celebrate high test score to their intelligence, but blaming a low score on unfair test questions. 7. Stereotyping, overgeneralized belief about a particular category of people. Example, a person would assume someone's profession based on their appearance or attire without any actual knowledge about the individual. 8. Bandwagon effect, the tendency to do or believe things because many other people do or believe the same. Example, a crowd of people all use the same new gadget or app because it's popular, even if it may not be the best option. 9. Halo effect, the tendency to let an overall impression of a person influence more specific evaluations of that person's traits. Example, a person receiving positive reviews in a job interview for one specific trait, such as being well-dressed, influencing the overall positive perception of their skills. 10. In-group bias, the tendency to favor one's own group over others. Example, a group of friends giving preferential treatment to each other over an outsider, even in a neutral situation, like team selection. 11. Negativity bias, the tendency to focus more on negative information than positive. Example, a person would fixate on one negative comment in a sea of positive feedback. 12. Recency bias, the tendency to weigh recent events more heavily than earlier events. Example, a manager would evaluate an employee's performance based only on their recent work, forgetting the earlier period's performance. 13. Survivorship bias, focusing on the successes while ignoring the failures. Example, people admiring successful entrepreneurs without acknowledging the many who failed. 14. Blind spot bias, the belief that others are more susceptible to biases than only self-example. A person pointing out others' biases in a discussion while ignoring their own.